617-830-4750. Why don't we go next to our caller from the 708 area code? Caller from 708, you're on with us.
Hello, David. My name is Barry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
All right. It's an honor to be on your show. I wanted to ask you a question kind of about the Me Too movement and changing perceptions about sexual assault.
Okay.
There was a case at my college where basically a girl she basically said because this guy encouraged her to have sex and she decided to do it, that she felt coerced into it. And then the college basically decided to suspend the guy for it. And so I guess my question is there any problems with how we think about sexual assault after the age of Trump? Do you think that people are taking it too far? Or is this just one of these extreme cases?
Well, listen, I don't know the details of the case. I don't know what it means that this girl was coerced, right? I mean, I couldn't possibly adjudicate that particular case. What are the things that I can tell you, right? What I can tell you are a few different things. Number one, there has been massive stigma around coming forward and saying that one has been sexually assaulted. And one of the positive effects of the Me Too movement is that it has at least taken steps towards making victims somewhat more comfortable and willing to come forward and say, hey, I was a victim myself. That's number one. Number two, the Me Too movement has also exposed that not all sexual harassment and sexual assault are the same thing. This is not a defense of any particular action, but there is a major, major difference in what Harvey Weinstein is accused of, what Donald Trump is accused of, what Kevin Spacey is accused of, what Aziz Ansari was, in trouble in the media for having done. So I think it's also important to recognize that not all of this stuff is the same. And that's something that not everybody is sort of that eager to sort of acknowledge. And then in the back of that is this sort of what I think big picture is a red herring, which are the isolated cases that exist in any system where you have either false assertions or confusion around what is really being denounced or whatever. Every system that is a worthwhile system is going to have some people that misuse the system. Social welfare benefits.
Right.
Social welfare benefits overall can be hugely beneficial to society and help lift people out of poverty. There will be some free riders. Does the fact that there are some free riders mean we throw the system away? No. There have always been some either false accusers or people who are maybe coerced into making an allegation. This is not a massive problem statistically. We want to make sure that everybody that is convicted or punished for sexual assault has actually done that which they're accused of. But I don't know that there's any like overarching revelations because of a case that, as you say, may be a questionable case. And again, I've not heard of the case. I couldn't possibly comment on it.
All right. That was a completely reasonable answer. Thank you for your time and all the work you're doing.
Thank you. Really appreciate the call. I have to say, Pat, we talked yesterday about whether we're going to do away with live calls, but it's actually not a bad series of live calls today. I think that we actually did okay today.
Yeah, I think that's the redemption, right? I think live calls may be here to stay from this point on, but we'll have to hear from the audience.
Yeah. Yesterday's segment was pretty brutal as far as live calls go, but maybe some people were swayed by this week's live calls. Sorry to everybody we didn't get to. I know there are still more than a dozen people holding, but we are out of time, but we will take live calls again.